Yo, what's going on, everybody? Yep, I'm working from home too. Um, Keeping Current Matters put out an article about a couple of days ago asking the question: is the situation we're in right now similar to the one we were in 2008? And they say no for five different reasons. The first is that it's a lot more difficult to get a mortgage these days than it was before the crisis. I mean, back then they were handing them out like pancakes at IHOP, where you just say more please, and they just give you one without asking any questions. And so it's a lot more difficult now. The stipulations are a lot more difficult. The process is a lot more is not as easy as it was back then. The second is that appreciation isn't out of control. The 6 years leading up to the crash, I mean, homes to, were appreciating upwards of 12% per year, which really just created an insane situation where houses were just literally just out of control. It's In the last 6 years, appreciation has been fluctuating between 4 and 6%. So it's above average, above normal, but definitely not out of control. The third reason is that uh, homes are more affordable than they were back then in terms of affordability analysis. So the three factors that they typically use to determine affordability are house prices, wages, and mortgage rates. And before the crash, prices were increasing, wages were decreasing, and the rates were increasing. So the mortgage rates back then were 6% and above. Wages were going down, prices were going up. Whereas now, prices are going up, right? But also wages are more favorable. So a lot more people are still have a lot more buying power. Back then, you needed about 25% of your income to purchase a home or to be a homeowner. Now you need about 15%. So it's a lot more affordable. I mean, rates now are, as you know, we've been talking about over the last few weeks, getting into the low threes, into the high threes. So it's a lot more affordable. The other reason is that home equity lines of credit are being used wisely. Back in the last 4 years leading up to the crash, um, uh, the people, $824 billion was taken out of home equity, whereas in the last 3 years, only about $232 billion have been taken out. Now, a HELOC is an awesome resource to have, particularly one of the real benefits of owning a home, where you can use your home as a line of credit, where if you want to make a large purchase or pay off a loan. And so it's one that's a huge benefit to be used sparingly. And that's about it. Those are five reasons why. If I didn't mention this earlier, inventory is still a bit of an issue, or at least in terms of the months of inventory that's available. Right now it's about 3.1. Back then it was about 8.2. So inventory is not as high as it was back then, which is also something to consider. So these are five reasons why this crisis we're in is not the same as in 2008. However, the feelings are similar, right? So that we can't deny that what we're going through now maybe brings up some of the sentiments of those of us who were at least old enough to know that there was a problem going on back then, and so that's real for sure. And so the more we can know the situation we're in, the more wise our decisions can be, and the better the best next steps we can take for ourselves, for our families, and for our futures. So sorry about that. Gosh, man, I'm out here struggling some water. But anyways, hey, enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me. Leave a comment or DM below. Let me know what you think. Definitely open to talking more about it, and I would love to hear your thoughts about what you think is going on right now. We'll talk soon.